What is going on, all you wonderful A-plusers out there? It is I, Stuart, here once again to give you guys another video. This time, for the first time in a while, I'm giving you guys a little bit of a news update on Stargirl Season 2. I haven't gotten a chance to do one of these in a while just because I've been really busy with my new work schedule, but thankfully that'll be changing very soon. Currently, I am moving, or in the process of moving, to San Francisco, which means that my commute to work is going to be a lot shorter. Therefore, I should hopefully have a lot more free time on my hands. Therefore, I'll be able to have these videos out a lot more frequently. At least that's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, for now, guys, I'm here to break down some recent news that came out about the new Stargirl Season 2, or not necessarily news, I should say, but more of an interview with Geoff, who is currently the showrunner of Stargirl Season 2. Also, he was the one who wrote the Stargirl comic books back in the day, back in the early 2000s, so it's really cool to get some more insight on what we can expect in this next upcoming season. Of course, like I've mentioned before, once this season premieres, I will be the one on APlus Hero Report reviewing the show, so you can look forward to those reviews weekly once the series premieres on the CW for Season 2. So that all said, let's definitely check this article out and break it down. So this year's big bad Eclipso, an evil being known for possessing individuals that come into contact with shards of his black diamond. Eclipso represents corruption, hatred, and vengeance, but his true gift lies in exploiting people's weaknesses and deep-seated pain. Geoff Johns replies with, Eclipso is formidable and all about darkness, which is great to go up against somebody who's all about light, like Courtney and the Justice Society, Johns explains. There's these colliding ideologies and powers and drives that really help generate strong emotional stories that challenge each of our individual characters individually. They each grow through something that is really personal to them. That's what Eclipso does. He makes things very personal. He turns over rocks you may not want him to turn over. It's not all bad news. Courtney and the Justice Society will bump into some potential allies, even if they start off on the wrong foot. There's Jade, the daughter of Green Lantern, Alan Scott, speedster Jade Garrick, and the magical pink imp Thunderbolt. Geoff Johns then replies to this, saying that Season 2 will give us a chance to deal with other artifacts that Courtney stole. Alan Scott's Green Lantern, Alan Scott's Lantern is what I meant to say. Johnny Thunderbolt's pink pen, explains Johns. Those two elements play into the story pretty early on, and where Jade is, her brother Obsidian surely can't be far behind. Now, this is news to me because I don't think I remember hearing anything about Obsidian being in Stargirl Season 2, so that's something to really look forward to. Also, another thing that is kind of interesting is, they of course bring up the fact that, she has stolen other objects, of course, from the Justice Society that never really got brought up in Season 1. I'm curious if she stole Jay Garrett's helmet that he used to wear as well, if that's going to be what causes, Jay Garrett's Flash, who will appear later on, played by the same actor from the Flash TV series, which is going to be really cool to see how that all ties together. So I'm curious if her stealing the helmet had anything to do with his involvement in the rest of the series, or if it's just going to be a heavy flashback episode. We have seen characters wield, we haven't, I apologize. We haven't seen characters wield the power of the Green Lantern for a long time on TV, and the Thunderbolt has never been seen on screen before in live action. This was also a great challenge. Now, he brings up the Green Lanterns and how that hasn't been seen on TV in a long time, and I think what he's referring to, because the only time I know of with the Green Lanterns ever even really appearing on television is, well, of course, with the exception of the animated shows such as Justice League and the Green Lantern animated series. The only other time I can really think of it was the Justice League pilot that premiered back in the 90s, and it never got picked up for a series because it was incredibly bad. So I'm wondering if that's what he's referring to when he says we haven't seen the Green Lantern on TV in a long time. It's also going to be kind of interesting because, you know, I'm wondering if they're going to be kind of limited on what kind of Green Lantern things they're allowed to show on this series because of the new Green Lantern TV series coming out. I know that when it comes to that kind of stuff, Warner Brothers tends to be a lot more like strict on the type of things that they're allowed to show on the television side of things. Even though the Green Lantern series is also going to be a television show, it's going to be like basically movie quality television, and a lot of people are theorizing that it's also going to be taking place in the DC extended universe, although that still has yet to be confirmed or denied. You know, there was the whole thing about how it was supposed to exist in the Arrowverse, but at this point, that really doesn't mean anything because literally everything at this point exists in the Arrowverse, as they kind of describe with Crisis on Infinite Earths. So it just because something's in the Arrowverse, that doesn't necessarily mean it's taking place on Earth Prime. What they really mean is it takes place within the multiverse of Arrow, and like I said, that's literally everything with the DC logo on it at this point. So you know, it's really cool stuff. I don't want to go into the whole article. I definitely recommend checking it out. You can check out this article over on gamesradar.com, so I definitely recommend checking the rest of the article out. It definitely has some really cool insight. But yeah, as for now, I'm definitely really looking forward to everything that is going to be coming into Stargirl season 2. I know that a lot of people are extremely worried with the show moving to the CW. It might mean that the budget gets a lot lower and therefore a lot of the special effects might get worse. But what you guys got to remember is that even if the budget is lower, a lot of the expensive assets that they have to pay for, you know, such as costumes and you know, when it comes to a lot of the pre-rendered VFXs, especially when it comes to Pat Dugan's like suit that he wears, like that stuff is already kind of done for the most part. The only thing that's really expensive is actually being able to animate the CG, but like the pre-renders is already there on the computers ready to go for them. So for the most part, I wouldn't worry too much about the budget cut ruining the show's quality. I think as long as they keep the show at like 13 to 15 episodes and, you know, you get the same writers working on it, I would say that this is probably going to have the same quality that we come to love from season 1. If anything, probably the only thing that'll be different about this is really the way each individual episode is going to be structured. That might feel a little bit more CW-esque, whereas like Stargirl season 1 never really had specific structures that they had to follow for their individual episodes. You know, for example, there was never like every episode had to have a fight scene, every episode had to have people suiting up, every episode had to have, you know, specific things that you get on The Flash, Arrow, and all the other CW shows. I feel like with Stargirl season 1, they never had those limitations. They could kind of move the show at whatever pace they wanted to, but on the CW, I feel like there's probably some more strict rules that they have to follow. Like there probably has to be a fight scene every episode, there probably has to be a suit up scene every episode, things like that. So I feel like that might be where some of the changes to Stargirl season 2 might play out. It's going to feel a little bit slightly more episodic, but still with a very serialized feel to it. It's just that each episode is going to be paced like an episode and not paced like something that's meant to be binged on a streaming service. But with that exception, I do overall believe that the quality when it comes to visuals is going to look exactly the same. And I do think that even with the kind of limitations that they have to go with being on the CW, I know that the writers, if it's the same writers that we had in season 1, I'm pretty sure it won't be hard for them to be able to adapt with this new style that they probably have to go with for it to be a CW show. But you know, we'll have to wait, of course. I can't say for sure what the limitations are actually going to be until we actually see this upcoming season. But overall, guys, I'm definitely not worried. And the more I hear from Geoff Johns about what we get to expect, I mean, we get freaking Green Lantern and Jay Garrett popping up in the show. So, I mean, count me in all the way. I think this is going to be another incredible season of Stargirl, and I think the fans are definitely going to enjoy it a lot. But guys, of course, as I always say, these are just my A+ opinions here. At the end of the day, we always want to know what you guys think, so definitely let me know if you guys are really excited about Stargirl season 2 or not in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, but guys, above all, don't forget to keep it A+. I'll catch you guys later.
If If you enjoy our content and want to be a part of helping our channel grow, become a patron supporter. We have affordable tiers to choose from that offer a variety of exclusive and early access content, from audio files for all of our shows for you to enjoy on the road, access to our Discord community, and plenty of reactions, reviews, character breakdowns, and more. Check us out at patreon.com/aplusopinions. And as always, remember, like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so anytime we drop a brand new video, you will be notified.